because I've got so involved in the mental health side, and I did do a certificate in certificate in community psychiatric care. I did that to just give me a background of knowledge of psychiatric conditions, because I had no formal training in that at all. And then I had my opportunity to go to Britain to the on the Winston Churchill Fellowship. Then I came back and I did speak to the Physio Society conference in Dunedin. And that was when I called my talk Physiotherapy, a Vacancy Waiting to be Filled. I have run one postgraduate course for physiotherapists personally, and we have run two others as part of the mental health service. We ran one at Sunnyside in 1987 and another one up at Hamner a couple of years later, 2 or 3 years later. And then I ran a course just on my own 1 year. I keep on thinking I should run more, so there are more people able to do what I do, but it takes a certain amount of energy, and I haven't done that. I have spoken to other physiotherapists at the society meetings and things like that. I've been to Wellington and talked to the asthma conference. So I've tried to spread the physiotherapy word quite a lot, but every year I go to Dunedin and talk to the physiotherapy students. And I've been doing that, I think, for about 8 to 10 years. And I keep on thinking I should hand over to somebody else, but I quite enjoy going to Dunedin, and I like the fact that the students seem to enjoy what I have to say. And so I go on sort of spread the word. The things I try to say to the students are that about a third of the population will experience a mental illness at some stage. About any time, a third of the population have a mental illness, and that isn't always the same third. It migrates around us, so most of us are likely to come in contact with it. As physiotherapists, we will certainly have patients who have mental illness, and it's very important we are aware of it, that we're empathetic, and we are not non-judgemental. And that's when I use my Father Christmas example. These people are struggling to do their best, and they have got an enormous burden. I also emphasize to the students that they should never touch anybody without telling the patient they are going to do it, because I am so mindful of these people for whom tolerating touch is a minefield. So you can just say to the patient, I need to look at your knee. While I'm looking at your knee, I'm just going to feel here and there and there. So you give them just a moment's warning. Or if it's something behind them, that you tell them, I'm just going to put my hand on your shoulder or your back, or are you comfortable if I touch you? I would like to claim that I never, these days, touch a patient without telling them I'm going to. But I know every now and then I catch myself and realize I haven't done it, but I do try to. It's just so important for so many patients. I remember in my day, we used to laugh about the fact that we'd say, oh, Mr. So-and-so, please go in there and take your clothes off and I'll be with you in a moment. And we thought we had the right to speak to our patients like that, and the right to come in and just handle them without any respect to their reactions or sensations. So I try to stress that to the patients. The students. I talk to them about the word asylum was once upon a time a place where people were put for safety, because they were taken away from the community, partly for the community's good, but also for the psychiatrically disturbed person's good. But now people are moving into the community, and when they were restrained in asylums and restrained with straitjackets, etc., there was no other way of stopping people from harming themselves or harming others and things like that. But nowadays we have medication which can calm those symptoms instead, so we don't need the restraints, and it's really interesting. I always say also to the students, in fact my final words to the students are always along the lines of, if ever you get an opportunity to work in mental health, take it. Even if it's just for a month or 2 or 6 months, but just to experience it, because not only will you learn lots about yourself, But you will also learn so much that is beneficial when you come to treat other patients. So I encourage every physio student I get to see to take an opportunity to work in the mental health service for a short period to just learn how, to recognise, to learn a bit about the illnesses, the types of mental illness, and how to react to these people, how to support them, how not to judge them, and accept them, because they need it, they deserve it, it's important. So yeah, I really like talking to the students. I like getting my message across, and what I find with great satisfaction is that many of the students I talk to in Dunedin ask to come and have a placement at what is now Hill Morton but used to be Sunnyside. So that always pleases me. And they say to me when I call in there, because I often do, "Oh, I remember you, you came and talked to us, and this and this." And I say, "Oh, do you?" Because I mean, they're just one in a lecture theatre, but they tend to remember me. And so that's very nice, and I like that, which is partly why I keep on doing it. Because I think I do a good job at that, and I enjoy it.